The Moto Razr is back, and it might just be the best flip phone yet, with a large cover display and the ability to use all your apps without having to flip it open. Hi, I'm MICHAELJOSH, your gadget matchmaker, and over the last decade, I've made it my job to show people around the world that tech can be easy, fun, and exciting. On this channel, I give you special access to the products I review, the events I attend, and all the exciting people I get to meet along the way. So if this is the kind of content that you want to see, give this channel a like and subscribe, and I'll help you find the right gadget to match your needs. In this video, I'll show you the new Moto Razr Plus. When you hear the word flip phone, what comes to mind? For me, there's nothing more iconic than the Motorola Razr, which is why when they decided to bring the phone back as a smartphone, I was beyond excited. The Moto Razr launched back in 2019 and was one of, if not the first flip smartphone. Side note, I remember flying to LA for the launch event, and that feels like a lifetime ago. The Moto Razr hasn't enjoyed as much success as the Galaxy Z Flip from Samsung, and now we've seen competition from many other brands, including the likes of Oppo and Vivo. But you have to hand it to Motorola for being the only company to do the cover screen right. And this time around, they're doing it even better. This is the new Moto Razr Plus, the fourth iteration of the Moto Razr since its comeback in 2020. The last model was only available in China, so I'm really glad we're getting a global release for this one. Pre-orders for it start on June 16th, and it will be available in stores starting June 23rd with a decent retail price of $1,000. You can expect a full review on this channel. Consider this video as a brief introduction. Right, so I really want to talk about the cover display, but let's get some of the basics out of the way first. The Moto Razr Plus comes in three colors: Infinite Black, Glacier Blue, and Viva Magenta. The black and blue models feature a glass back with a matte frosting, while the Viva Magenta model has a lovely vegan leather finish instead. I'm a bit torn about which model to get. You know I love blue, but I'm a big fan of vegan leather on smartphones because I feel confident using them without a case. Plus, it's reminiscent of the hot pink Motorola Razr V3. A few notes on this. Viva Magenta is Pantone's color of the year, and this release is a follow-up to their partnership with Motorola. The colorway will be exclusively available on both Motorola.com or via T-Mobile. Speaking of, do not expect T-Mobile Magenta. In person, it looks more reddish, at least to me. Apart from the two cameras up front, the entire front panel is all display, and it's the largest I've seen on a flip phone, measuring 3.6 inches diagonally, and with pretty good specs to back it up, including a P-OLED panel and a 144Hz refresh rate. Inside, it's got a 6.9-inch Full HD Plus foldable P-OLED display with a 165Hz refresh rate. The new friction hinge has also been improved. Motorola was one of the first to use the teardrop design in the original Moto Razr. They claim improvements make this the thinnest flip smartphone yet. They also claim it's gapless and that you cannot see through it even if you tried. So I did, and they're right. Here's what the crease looks like when the display is off. The hinge allows the phone to stay open at a 90-degree angle like this, as if it were mounted on a tripod, perfect for content creation of any kind. Also, maybe it's just me, but it's not the kind you can just snap open with swagger. Maybe Mr. Mobile might have better mileage. The phone comes in only one configuration with a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 SoC with 8GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 256GB of storage. There are no provisions for expandable storage. There's a SIM card slot though for one nano SIM and also support for one eSIM. It comes with a larger battery versus previous models, 3,800 milliamp hours with support for 30-watt turbo power charging and 5-watt wireless charging. Some notes on that too: a charger is not included in the box, but any 30-watt charger should work. This is what the box looks like, all 100% plastic free. Good job, Motorola. The phone is built tough with a frame made from 7000 series aluminum, Gorilla Glass Victus, and it's also got an IP52 rating. Translation, it means some dust resistance and resistance to sprays of water, but not immersion. Now let's move on to cameras. Inside, there's a 32 megapixel selfie camera, and up front, two main cameras, a 12 megapixel wide and a 13 megapixel ultra wide that doubles as a macro lens. During my limited time with the phone this week, I shot these sample photos. Here's a photo of me with the wide camera, and here's the ultra wide version. Here's another ultra wide shot of the view from the William Vale Hotel. Here's a macro shot of a flower using that same camera. This is a portrait sample using the wide camera featuring Chai and Nirav. These next two photos were also shot using the wide camera. I appreciate the nice creamy depth of field on this one of some water bottles. Finally, here's a selfie sample shot against a bright background. I promise I'll go more in depth in my review. Now with that out of the way, it's time to talk about that cover display. To be honest, I don't understand why companies have not done the cover display right. Samsung's cover display is tiny, while Oppo and Vivo offer flip foldables with large cover displays, but they don't let you run apps. Only the Moto Razr Plus does. If you're on an app with the phone open, you have two options. You can have the app automatically open on the cover display when shut, or you can tap to continue. Actually, you have three options. You can also choose to just disable the transition or the continuity of apps if that's not your cup of tea. Clearly, the experience isn't going to be as good as having the phone open, but all apps should work. And you can even press and hold so the screen takes up the space beside the cameras also. The cover screen is customizable with different wallpapers and clock faces. It's composed of panels that you can swipe through. You get an app drawer, your contacts. There's one for music controls built with Spotify. There's calendar, weather, and one for games. And because it's a waste of time having to swipe, and swipe over again just to get to the last panel, there are optional icons too so that you can immediately jump to the panel that you need. For example, games, which is at the very end. And speaking of games, in something that's reminiscent of Minesweeper on Windows or Nokia Snake, Motorola is building some of its own game snacks on the Razr Plus. I tried one called Marble Mayhem, and not only is it perfect for a quick distraction, but also a great way to showcase the phone's pretty good haptics. Tapping this icon over here brings up your notifications, and you can also swipe down for the quick settings panel. The cover display can also be used for taking photos. By the way, like any Motorola phone, you can flick to launch the camera. If you tap on this icon, the person you're taking a photo of can either see what you see, or if you're photographing kids, you can also have this cute animated smiley show up. There's also a fun photo booth feature that works great in tandem with the phone's ability to be propped up on a surface like so. Gather a few friends, give the phone a hand gesture, and it will proceed to take 4 photos in 3-second intervals. Here's a few I took with my buddies Nirav and Matt of theshortcut.com. Alright, that's everything I can tell you about the Moto Razr Plus, at least for now. Like I said earlier, I will be working on a review video, so leave your burning questions down below. I'll also be putting a link to where you can pre-order the phone in the description. One more thing, later this year, Motorola will also be releasing the Moto Razr without the huge cover screen and with pared down specs. If you don't need the apps on the cover screen, just the clock and notifications, then maybe wait for this one. Reps from Motorola tell us it will come with a, quote, meaningfully lower price. I don't know what that means. I'm thinking maybe $699. I'm hoping for $599, but that might be too much wishful thinking on my part. And that was your first look at the new Moto Razr Plus. If you like videos like this one, you know the drill, folks. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we post new videos. Follow me on social media for all the behind-the-scenes fun stuff, and for news and updates, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm MICHAELJOSH. Thanks for dropping by.